الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ما بعد. Today is the first session of the 40 Hadeeth program that we have for the next few days, inshallah. There are a few points that I want to mention. There are a few things that need to be addressed before we start these 40 ahadith. Point number one is sincerity, ikhlas. Why are we attending this class? The number one reason should be for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It shouldn't be, okay, we're attending this class just because mom said so, dad said so, or someone else said so. It should be solely for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Intentions. Our intentions need to be correct. When we do something for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that action or those actions are blessed. And if there's any corruption or anything wrong with our intentions, then we may be still sitting here, but because of our ill intentions, instead of us getting reward, this will become a sin. So that is something which everyone, including myself, needs to understand very clearly, is all of us are attending this class for the pleasure of Allah. By us attending this class, we are trying to please Allah. So that's number one. The second point is willingness to learn. What I would like to see in students is willingness to learn. What that means is to have serious students, to have students that are not going to mess around, students that are not going to talk, etc. That you're here and you want to learn. These 40 ahadith that we're going to cover, they're beautiful, they're amazing, but if you do not want to learn them, if you're not going to have the willingness to learn, then all of us will be wasting our time. Once we have established that we are here for the pleasure of Allah, and on top of that, we are here because we want to learn. The next step to keep in mind is to build that connection between learning and practicality. That's the real challenge. Bringing everything into practice is much more difficult and harder than you sitting here and learning it in the first place. You're sitting here, it may not require so much effort in comparison to how much effort is needed for you to bring these things into your lives. So you're here for the pleasure of Allah, and you want to learn these things. And what you do with this knowledge is what you do practicality. That's what matters. How much you practice in all of these things. Next, I want to go over some rules regarding this class, and this is to just be very direct and open here. For those of you that are not students here regularly. First and foremost, I don't want to see any phone usage in class. So if you need to use your phone, I'm going to ask you to go step out, use your phone and come back. But I don't want to see people fiddling on their phones during class. That's not disrespectful to me, that's disrespectful to the class. Number two, no eating or drinking during class. I don't want anyone to pull out a bag of chips or a candy bar and start eating. No. You take care of your personal needs before you come to class. You're hungry, you have some food before you come to the masjid to learn. You're thirsty, drink water before you come to class. So no eating or drinking during class. Neither will I tolerate any kind of talking in class. I don't want to see anyone or hear anyone talking to each other for any reason. If you have a question regarding what I'm teaching, then I expect you to raise your hands and ask your questions. And on the girls' side, Baji is there. She could text me on WhatsApp and I will be able to answer your question with permission of Allah, inshallah. But what I will not tolerate is to have people talking when I'm teaching. Again, this is not intended for my personal respect. This is out of respect for the dars of Hadeeth. We are sharing the quotes of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So neither do I want to see or hear anyone talking in class. Today, it may be too late to mention this, but out of respect and adab for this class, to be in this class with wudu. So I don't want to create intishar, okay, half the class gets up and leaves and makes wudu and comes back. Today, I want that to happen, but those of you that don't have wudu, make sure you have wudu before you come to class tomorrow. And the last etiquette or rule that I want to share is the importance of taking notes. Make sure you bring some kind of notebook, you bring your own notebook, binder, your own pen, pencil, etc., so that you're able to take notes. Understand? You have sheets of paper in front of you, that's good for today, but those of you that are able to write, you're like 5th grade, whatever, 3rd grade, however, I expect you to bring your own notebooks so that you take notes. And that is a quality of a good student, that you take notes. If you're just going to come here and sit here, not take notes, I guarantee you will forget everything that you have learned. When you take notes, and then you revisit those notes when you go home on the weekend or a few times a week, then that is the way you're able to learn, inshallah. I want to share this one hadith before we start this book. So this book right here is a book, it's a compilation of 40 ahadith. It's in Arabic, obviously. And a great scholar who I would consider as my senior and also a very good friend, Sheikh Tamim of Union City. He compiled these 40 ahadith on good character, on akhlaq. So these are 40 sayings of the Prophet ﷺ that we will cover in the next few days, right? It's in Arabic, so I will break each hadith down as much as I can so that everyone is able to learn, okay? But before we open the book and start, before I open the book and start teaching this book, I want to share one hadith. And the reason why I want to share this hadith is for us to get on the same page as to learn why is it so important for us to learn good character. What is the importance of akhlaq? Good akhlaq. Why is it so important for you to learn what I am about to teach you? What is the importance of this? Why is this so important? Akhlaq, good character, is the best thing that you're able to possess in this world after Iman. And good character, extremely important. And when I share this hadith, you will understand why is good character so important. What I will do in this class is I will read the Arabic of the hadith as well. Even though those of you that don't know Arabic, you may not understand the Arabic, but it is still important for us to listen to the words of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This hadith that I want to share is from Sahih Muslim. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال. It is narrated by Abu Hurairah رضي الله تعالى عنه that Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم said. He asked his companions, أتدرون من المفلس? أتدرون من المفلس? Do you know who is muflis? In Arabic, muflis means bankrupt. Someone who is poor. Someone who does not have anything. This is the question that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked. Do you know who is a poor person? Who is bankrupt? Who does not have money? Who does not have worldly possessions? You and I will define or will say that someone is poor is when they don't have money, or they don't have a house to live in, or they don't have a car to drive, or they don't have enough food to eat at home, or they don't have enough clothing to wear on their backs, etc. This is the common meaning of being a poor person. But according to this hadith, we will learn who is truly a poor person. أَتَدْرُونَ مَنْ مُفْلِسٌ? Do you know, O my companions, who is a poor person? قالوا. The Sahaba replied, الْمُفْلِسُ فِينَا مَنْ لَا دِرْهَمَ لَهُ وَلَا مَتَاعٌ. So the Sahaba Kiram responded the same way you and I would respond. That a poor person is that person who does not have enough money, who does not have worldly possessions, just like you and I. We see someone who does not have money, car, food, clothing, etc. We would say so and so is a poor person. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam correcting that mindset of the Sahaba, to allow them to understand truly who is a poor person. He said, إِنَّ الْمُفْلِسَ مِنْ أُمَّتِي. Verily, a poor person from my ummah, يَأْتِي يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. He will come on the day of judgment. بِصَلَاةٍ. With salah. وَصِيَامٍ. With a lot of fasting, وَزَكَاةٍ, and a lot of charity. So these are three things I want to highlight, I want to expand on for a few minutes. Is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying is a person who is poor is that Muslim or Muslimah that will come on the day of judgment with a lot of salah, a lot of prayer. This person established salah. This person prayed 5 times a day. And on top of that, chances are this person prayed tahajjud. This person prayed tarawih. this person prayed Qiyamul Layl, this person prayed Tahiyyatul Wudu, right? Duha, Ishraq, all of these prayers this person prayed. This person will have a lot of salah, a lot of prayer. Similarly, this person will have a lot of fasting in his or her account. Oh, this person fasted for 40 Ramadans. She fasted for 45 Ramadans. He fasted for 65 Ramadans. That's a lot of fasting. That's compulsory fasting. And on top of that, this person fasted on Mondays and Thursdays as it is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Additionally, this person fasted on the day of Arafah. And he or she also fasted for Ashura. In other words, all of the masnoon and the sunnah fasts, which are extra, voluntary, this person fasted those as well. So now on the day of judgment, this person has a lot of fasts in that person's account. Similarly, when it comes to zakat, charity, this person will have a lot of charity. Oh, this person donated $75,000 in his or her life. This person donated $200,000 in his or her life. This person donated so much in the path of Allah. All of these things this person did. وَيَأْتِي قَدْ شَتَمَ هَذَا. This person, along with praying, along with fasting, along with giving a lot of charity, he would be a person that would criticize people in a violent manner. Shatama hada. Shatam means to accuse, to falsely accuse people. So this person, along with fasting, charity, salah, this person accusing people of things, saying bad things with one's mouth. وَقَذَفَ هَذَا. شَتَمَ هَذَا وَقَذَفَ هَذَا. This person hurled abuses upon others. This person abused other people. This person accused other people. وَأَكَلَ مَالَ هَذَا. And this person consumed the wealth of others. This person would steal. This person would not. Like, in other words, this person would just consume or use other people's money. How is that possible? Either you steal someone's money, you take a loan and you don't pay them back, or you're cheating them in business. Any way possible that you're using someone else's money, which is not rightfully yours, falls under this category. وَأَكَلَ مَالَ هَذَا. This person used to, linguistically, akala means to eat. So this person ate or consumed other people's wealth. For example, I asked for a loan from someone for $50. For example, I don't pay that person back, and I die like that, then I'm in trouble. I stole from someone, I did not make tawbah, and on top of that did not return those stolen items or goods to that person, etc. And I die in that state, then on the day of judgment I'm in trouble. وَضَرَبَ هَذَا. And this person went around and hit people, physically abusing people. Daraba literally means to hit. So this person, and here's the thing, keep this in mind. This is along with salah. This person used to pray his or her salah. This person used to give their zakah. This person used to give his or her, used to fast. All of these things this person was supposed to do. وَضَرَبَ هَذَا, going around and physically abusing people. And what is meant by this? Bullying is also a part of this. So for example, if I have bullied someone and I did not make tawbah and I did not ask for forgiveness and I have died like this in this state, then on the day when I die, on the day of judgment, I will be in trouble. فَيُعْطَى هَذَا مِنْ حَسَنَاتِهِ وَهَذَا مِنْ حَسَنَاتِهِ. This is the scary part. On that day, the only way you will be able to pay someone back is through your good deeds. The only way you will be able to pay someone back or to make up to someone is by you having to give your good deeds to that person. So, in my previous example, you took $50 from someone and you did not pay that person back and you died in that state. If that was not taken care of for you after you have died, then on the day of judgment, you still owe that person $50. So how do you pay that person $50 back? There is no money out there. There's no dollars, there's no euros, nothing. No worldly possessions, nothing. The only way you will pay someone back is through your good deeds. So your good deeds will be given value. And based on that, the person you and I have wronged will be paid in that manner. So if I have bullied someone, I need to pay that person back through my good deeds. If I did not pay someone back, I will pay that person back through my good deeds, etc. And if his good deeds fall short to clear the account, then his sins would be entered into his account. This is terrifying. If I don't have enough good deeds to pay someone back, then what's going to happen? I will begin to take in the bad deeds of the person that I have wronged. Young man with the light blue shirt, I'm talking to you. What's your name? What's your name? Yes. Okay, I need you to pay attention, okay? You're playing around with people next to you. Pay attention. Understand? Anas, you know him? Yeah, can you please tell us like be a badana photo? Okay. So the terrifying thing is that, let's say 10 people came and they took all my good deeds away. And the 11th person comes and says, Yasir, you did this to me. So, what's going to happen, I'm not going to have any good deeds left to pay this person back. So the only way I'm going to get this person off my back is by this person giving me his or her bad deeds. So this person started off with a lot of salah. Remember, a lot of salah, a lot of siyam, fasting, a lot of zakat, charity, etc. And all of it is gone because of bad akhlaq, because of bad character. And now this person is standing there where other people are dumping their bad deeds in his or her account. And then because of that, he would be thrown into the fire of Jahannam. So let that sink in for a second. This person prayed all his life. This person fasted all his life. This person gave zakat all his life. And at the end of the day, he is still going to Jahannam. Why is that? Because of bad character. And this is the reason why I have selected this book to teach. You could be the best Muslim or Muslimah in the world. When I say best, I'm talking about praying 5 times a day, tahajjud, Quran, zikr, all of these things. You could fast Mondays and Thursdays, Ashura, the 6 days after Ramadan, the day of Arafah, fasting the entire month of Ramadan. You could do all the charitable work you want in this world. You could give all the money that you have to the poor, to the masjid. You could do all of these amazing things. But at the end of the day, if your character was bad, and how was it bad? That you said bad things to people. You backbited about people. You insulted people. You accused people of things that they did not do. You disrespected people by talking bad about them. You argued with people in a way that was disrespectful to everything that was going on at that time. You physically abused people, going around and picking fights with people. And on top of that, your business dealings with people. You take money, don't give it back. You're cheating in your business. You're doing this. You're not giving people their right. And when it comes to money, you could be the best Muslim or Muslimah in the world, but when these things are not corrected, when you don't recognize that doing all of those things is part of being a Muslim, then according to this hadith, you're going to Jahannam. That's the reason why we're doing this ahadith. That's the reason why we're doing 40 ahadith on akhlaq, on character. We have 15 minutes, we could do at least one hadith today. First hadith of this book, it is narrated by Jabir radiyallahu ta'ala anhu that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Inna min ahabbikum ilayya wa aqrabikum minni majlisan yawm al-qiyamah ahasinukum akhlaqan. وإن أبغضكم إلي وأبعدكم مني مجلسا يوم القيامة الثرثارون والمتشدقون والمتفيهقون." Jabir radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Inna min ahibbakum ilayya wa aqrabikum minni majlisan yawm al-qiyamah. Verily, the most beloved to me. Okay. Powerful words. All of us want to be the beloveds of Allah. All of us want that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to love us. All of us want Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to love us. So on the day of judgment, the most beloved person to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Number one, most beloved. Number two, aqrabikum, the closest to me. All of us want Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to love us. To love us. All of us want to be the closest to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on the day of judgment. Who is that person? Ahasinukum akhlaqan. the one that has good character. If you and I want to be the beloved of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we want to be the closest to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the Day of Judgment. How do we get there? The answer is by having good character. By having good character. وَإِنَّ أَبْغَضَكُمْ إِلَيَّ, and the most disliked person on the Day of Judgment to me. وَأَبْعَدَكُمْ مِنِّي مَجْلِسًا يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, and the person who will be the farthest away from me on the Day of Judgment. Now here's the thing, let's pause here and talk about it for a few seconds, right? Rasulullah ﷺ was sent as a mercy for the world. The Quran says, the Quran is addressing Rasulullah ﷺ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ, I did not send you except as a person who is mercy for the world. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was a kind, merciful human being. And for a kind and merciful person to say something like this tells us how serious these things are that we are going to discuss now. It's equivalent to that one person that you have in your life that it's impossible to get angry. Chances are you know someone in your life that you've never seen that person angry. And then you hear about someone else got that person angry, so you say to yourself, that person must have done something really, really bad for that person to get angry. You guys see what I mean? You see what I'm talking about? So for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to say something like this is something which is very, very serious. So the first thing we've learned from this hadith is to be the closest to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the Day of Judgment, to be the most beloved to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the Day of Judgment. The key to that is by having good akhlaq. And the person who is going to be the most disliked person on the Day of Judgment, who's going to be the farthest from Rasulullah ﷺ is going to be, and these are three words, like three different kinds of people. Number one, as-sarsarun. In Arabic it's called as-sarsarun, with a sa. Second type of people, wal-mutashaddiqun. And number three, wal-mutafayhiqun. So Rasulullah ﷺ used these three words. So the Sahaba said, قالوا يا رسول الله قد علمنا الثرثارين والمتشدقين فما المتفيهقون قال المتكبرون. So the Sahaba Kiram asked this question and they said, O Rasulullah, we understand what is as-sarsareen, who are the as-sarsarun, who are the wal-mutashaddiqun, who are the mutashaddiqun. We don't understand who are mutafayhiqun. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, mutafayhiqun are those people that used to have prideful people. Ayan, you need to behave, do you understand? Pull that desk down. Behave. Mutafayhiqun means prideful people. What is pride? think we'll just end with mutafayhiqun. We'll talk about as-sarsarun and mutashaddiqun tomorrow. Mutafayhiqun, people with pride. Let's talk about pride for a second. Pride means to believe that you are better than someone. To believe you are better than the next person. For whatever reason. Because of, I guess, how much money your parents have, how much, like the car your parents drive, or any of the, like any factor, for like any of these reasons that you develop pride. Oh, I am prideful because my parents came from this country. This is a big disease amongst the people. People feeling prideful because of the different nationalities they are from. So a person from country A thinking that he or she is better than a person from country B because of that country that person is from. By talking about it, it sounds foolish and dumb. And the reality is, it's true. It's dumb. There's no reason for anyone to think that they are better than the next person because of their nationality, or because of their skin color, or because of the language that you speak at home, or the last name that you have, or whatever. So to have pride, to believe that you are better than someone, is pride. And to have pride in your heart, where you actually believe that you are better than someone, let alone you being far away from Rasulullah and being disliked by Rasulullah because of that disease of the heart that you will have, you will never be able to enter Jannah because of that pride that you will have in your heart. Regarding pride, regarding kibr, takabbur, Rasulullah said that a person who has pride, which is equivalent to a mustard seed. A mustard seed is basically not literally you say, okay, I don't have pride as much as a mustard seed or whatever. No, that's not the point. The point is not for you to get lost in translation here. The point is to stay away from pride or being prideful. Understand? A person that has that little pride in their heart will not be able to enter Jannah. This is another hadith that I'm sharing with you now to explain this part of this hadith. A person that has pride in one's heart, even the smallest amount of pride, will prevent you from entering Jannah. To believe you are better than someone else. That's not the way a Muslim is supposed to live his or her life. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about who is better than who, the standard is taqwa. The standard for person A to be better than person B is taqwa. And taqwa is God consciousness. To be aware of Allah. To constantly be aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at every given time. And taqwa is something that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows of a person. There are some things that you could see of a person and say, this person has taqwa. But you cannot say, this person has more taqwa than that person. That's not for you to judge. That is not for you and I to judge. That is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is going to decide that. So, taqwa is the standard of what makes person A better than person B. And taqwa is something that allows you to be constantly in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you have taqwa in your life, it does not matter if you're alone or you're in front of 5,000 people. It does not matter. You act the same. That's taqwa. Understand? So, mutafayhiqun, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, a person that has pride is that person that on the day of judgment will be far away from me, and on top of that will be a person that I will dislike a lot. And this is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. The Prophet of mercy. When it comes to as-Sarsarun and Mutashaddiqun, we will discuss these two kinds of people tomorrow, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallah wa bihamdik, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
All these kids used to say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, now they don't, so just remind them. Then Sallallahu just a reminder, like they could read it in the heart.
I was going to mention that, but it's important that whenever we hear the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is important that everyone says sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Is everyone with me? Yes? So let's try this out. I'm going to say sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let's try that again. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So let me clarify this. There is a difference between screaming. There's a difference between just 5 of you screaming this out loud and all of you saying this softly. There's a big difference between the two. Okay? In other words, you don't have to scream to say it. You can just say it softly like you did right now. But everyone needs to say this, not only when you're in the masjid, but anytime you hear the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you say sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Understand? Now class is technically over, but if anyone has questions, then you can ask questions regarding what we talked about today. No questions? Alright. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah wa bihamdihi, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. What's important to note is that we have some guests here in the gym. So, Asr is 5:15. So, Adhan is going to be soon, 5 o'clock, I believe, inshallah, as soon as time comes in. So, for today, you will not be able to play in the gym. Understand? Today, you're not going to be able to play in the gym because there are some guests in the gym, and it would not be possible for you to play in the gym today. Inshallah, by tomorrow, the gym will be empty, so you'll be able to play basketball for 15-20 minutes. But what's important is, regardless, is that what's important regardless is that when you hear the adhan, that does not mean you get to play more. That means you need to start getting ready for salah. And I want everyone to be in the masjid no later than 5:05, 5:06. Be here 10 minutes before salah. So what you want to do now is put these desks away, sit on these chairs here or against the wall and talk softly. No running around the masjid. No running around the hall.